If you think fast charging is the future of EVs, battery swapping might quietly wipe it out, and most drivers have no idea why. Picture this, you pull into a station, 5 minutes later you're back on the road with a full tank. No waiting, no coffee breaks. Sounds fake, right? That's battery swapping. On the other side, you have got ultra fast charger pushing 250, even 350 kilowatts, promising 80% in 15 minutes. Same goal, totally different paths. Today we're putting these two head to head, and by the end you'll know which one actually makes sense for real life, not marketing slides. Hello everyone, I'm Shayan, an engineer specialized in electric vehicle development. Let's start simple. Fast charging is like filling a bathtub faster by opening the tap wider. Battery swapping is like lifting the whole tub out and dropping in a new one. Both get you clean, one stresses the pipes, the other needs a warehouse of tubs. And that difference changes everything. Fast charging works by pushing huge amounts of power into a battery in a short time. A typical home charger gives you about 7 kilowatts. Supercharger V3 pushes up to 250 kilowatts. Some new chargers go as high as 350 kilowatts. That's roughly 50 times faster than home charging. But here's the part people skip. Batteries don't like being rushed. Studies from the Idaho National Laboratory and Tesla's own fleet data show that repeated high-power DC fast charging increases battery degradation by around 5 to 10% over long-term use, compared to mostly AC charging. Not catastrophic, but not free either. To protect the battery, cars slow down charging after about 50 to 60%. That's why 80% in 15 minutes sounds great, but the last 20% can take almost another 20 minutes. Battery swapping flips the problem. Instead of forcing energy into the battery fast, you charge the battery slowly somewhere else. Then you swap them into the cars using robotics. NEO swapping stations in China do this in about 3 to 5 minutes. That's faster than refueling a gas car. Each station stores around 13 to 21 batteries and charges them at low power, which is healthier for cells. According to NEO, swap batteries show more consistent long-term health because they avoid repeated fast charging stresses. This matches broader battery research from institutions like Tsinghua University, which shows slower charging significantly reduces lithium plating and thermal stress. Let's talk scale. As of 2024, Tesla operates over 50,000 superchargers globally. NIO operates around 2,300 swap stations, mostly in China. That gap matters as well. First chargers cost roughly $100,000 to $250,000 per stall installed. Depending on grid upgrades, a battery swap station can cost over $500,000, sometimes closer to $1 million because it's basically a robot warehouse with power electronics. Fast charging scales easily. Swap stations scale slowly but deliver speed every single time. Fast charging works because CCS and NACS plugs are becoming universal. Battery swapping needs standardized battery sizes, voltages, cooling interfaces, and mounting points. Right now, almost every car is built differently. That's why battery swapping mostly works in fleets or closed ecosystems. China can push standards faster. The US and Europe move slower. That's why swapping thrives in taxis, delivery vans, and buses, but struggles in private cars outside China. Now let's talk about you. The average daily commute in North America is about 41 kilometers or 25 miles according to the US Department of Transportation. That's roughly 6 to 8 kilowatt hours per day for most EVs. That means you don't need fast charging most days. The sweet spot is slow overnight charging between 20 and 80% state of charge. Battery researchers, including data from Jeff Denn's lab at Dalhousie University, shows this range dramatically extends battery life. Fast charging is a road trip tool. Battery swapping is a downtime killer for fleets. Daily charging should be boring. That's a good thing. Fast charging is a road trip tool. Battery swapping is a downtime killer for fleets. Daily charging should be boring. That's a good thing. Here's a turning point. Imagine a city during a holiday weekend. Everyone plugs in at once. Fast chargers slam the grid with megawatt of demands. Utilities hate that. Swap batteries quietly charge batteries off-peak. They act like giant power buffers that the International Energy Agency has pointed out that managed charging and energy stored systems can reduce grid stress by up to 30% during peak hours. That's where swapping suddenly looks less crazy. For private owners, fast charging wins today. You don't pay for spare batteries. You don't depend on one company's ecosystem. You just plug in. For fleets, swapping can be cheaper. No downtime, predictable charging costs. centralized battery health monitoring. Companies like Gogoro proved this with electricity scooters running millions of swaps with high reliability. Two worlds, two winners. So which one wins? Neither and both. Fast charging wins freedom. Battery swapping wins efficiency. The real future isn't one or the other. It's using the right tool at the right time. Charge slow at home, fast charge on trips. Swap when time equals money. If you only remember one thing, remember this. Battery hate extremes, extreme heat, extreme cold, extreme charging speeds. The closer you stay to the middle, the longer everything lasts. That's not an opinion, that's chemistry. Now that you know how EVs really get their energy, the next question is what actually wears out first inside the car. And that's where the next video starts. Thank you.